It's GolfFitness 5 it's all about making shapes, doing different movements which will help improve your golf. So here's 5 exercises in 5 minutes, give them a go. So first one we're going to do is spine line lunge with rotation or variation of. So we're starting in a push-up position, okay? We'll bring one foot outside as high as we can, really. Get the foot on the ground, we're going to rotate backwards, okay? So chest up, hips down, chest up. Nice extension through the spine and rotating back. We're not going to hold any position, just going to keep moving from one to the other. So up as high as you can. This time I'll turn the other way. If you want to make it even more dynamic, you can jump with the feet. Okay, turn this way this time. Next up we've got a hamstring stretch with different body movements. So we'll go into like a sort of football style hamstring stretch. And then all we'll do from there is we'll keep it dynamic, turning over the top to begin with. Okay, I'll do the other side the same. Okay, so we're getting the stretch down the hamstring and lateral trunk shoulder area. Then we can add a bit of rotation into it maybe. I'll do it the other way. Arms harder. And then you can't really go too far wrong any of these positions. See what shapes we can make. So next up we've got a hip 90-90 stretch. So this time we're on the floor, a little less dynamic. One foot 90 degrees in front, or one knee back behind. I'll show you a different option if it's difficult to get into this position. So all we're going to do is reach forwards, get our chest down, aiming, okay, to keep a nice straight spine and actually come from the hips rather than just flop down with the chest. So keep a nice straight spine, okay. Then we're going to reach out, we'll reach all the way around, we'll reach this way, we'll maybe add a bit of rotation, okay, and reach at the same time, okay. Kind of just move in all different positions. Turn this way. Okay, obviously then change round, swap round this side as well. So the slightly easier position, if you have trouble getting to the hip 90-90 position to begin with, we can sit on the side of the foam roller, so just sitting on the side, left side here, left knee on top, and foot out in front. If you still have trouble with the back foot getting into the 90 position here, then you can just pop it out to the side straight and we can still do our movements, reaching round, okay, working on hip, torso, shoulders, okay, kind of everything in one. And then the same with the other side too. So next up is kind of like a modified pigeon stretch. I'll show you an easier version again if you can't get down onto the floor into this position. So pigeon stretch, basically one foot, knee, quad facing downwards. This foot, again, 90 degrees ideally, or as high as you can. You might feel your foot starting to come back. And then chest down, and then we'll turn to the side, chest down, reach over this way, maybe reach over this way, okay. We want to keep it dynamic, so we'll swap over. Okay, we're not holding one position. Twist over here. Arms overhead this time. Okay, so any different positions, reaching overhead, reaching to the left, reaching to the right, turning the torso, maybe even reaching just your arm under to get a bit of a posterior shoulder stretch in there. Easier version, well, easier, but if you have trouble getting onto the floor, then we can get pop your foot up onto a bench or onto a chair, okay, so it helps if your foot's hanging over the edge, gives you a little bit more freedom here. So then get into this position here, back leg facing straight down, okay, foot out in front, now I can get into different positions, reach across, reach out, overhead, I can hold that balance. Slightly easier position if you can't get into the sort of modified pigeon stretch on the floor. So last one is focusing on the shoulders and overhead movement. Okay, and we're going to do all sorts of things with the lower body this time to make it a little bit harder. So, you know, obviously we can go feet shoulder apart, do a few side leans. Okay, we can add a little bit of rotation in. 2. We can come into a lunge with a side lean 2. If you're not great at lunging, you can just take a big step forward. Okay, and then twist, turn, keeping the arms back as far as we can. Okay. Coming in and out of that position. Squat, of course, coming down. If we wanted to challenge a little bit further, maybe we could go one arm back, other arm back. If that's a little bit too tricky, we can grab hold of something. What can you see? We can hold of something into our squat. Ooh, turn it back, arms overhead, other side. You don't have to be quite as low. You could just be holding this squat position, doing the same thing, reaching overhead. Okay. So the idea with this one is coming in and out of overhead movements, rotations, different positions that we might need to get into the golf swing, and working on shoulder mobility as well as kind of the whole body at the same time. So the idea behind these exercises in this GolfFitness 5 is about working the whole body at the same time. So we might do strength training exercises where we use the whole body, but then we might tend to go and sit down and do our stretches. Whereas this, we want to keep it dynamic. Okay, so these are also great for maybe a warm-up in the gym or before you play golf.